It's Friday night and I am done after a busy week, so I'm making a very simple dinner tonight. I'm just baking some salmon and I'm also making a pesto angel hair. So you can do a variety of things with pesto pasta. You can do sauteed portobello mushrooms on top, or grilled chicken, or another fish, whatever you want really. It goes nicely with everything. Or some bruschetta on the side. We've done a variety of things, but tonight I'm doing the salmon and I'm doing angel hair, which is my favorite with pesto. I've done other noodles, but there's just something about angel hair that's just awesome. And I love this dish because it's so easy. I've tried so many different recipes, but I've narrowed it down to my favorite being a handful of walnuts, a handful of raw cashews, 2 garlic cloves, and I usually do half a lemon, but I don't have a lemon, so I'm just going to omit that tonight. We do a vegan version, so we use nutritional yeast instead of Parmesan, and some salt, some pepper, lots of basil, and I do a lot of spinach so that it's not all basil. I have my basil and my spinach both frozen because the spinach would have gone bad and the basil is out of season, so I just picked everything that was left in my garden and froze it. So I do about 1/4 cup of nutritional yeast. So far I've got the handful of walnuts and cashews in there, as well as 2 cloves of garlic, 1/4 cup of nutritional yeast, and the beauty of this dish is you just have a pot of boiling water and a food processor. So it's easy and fast. I'll do about a teaspoon of salt, maybe half a teaspoon of pepper, and we've determined that we do like it more oily than thick and pasty. So olive oil we just add until it's nice and runny. With the frozen spinach and basil, though, it's a little misleading because it makes the consistency thicker. So usually I'll put, I've already have a trained eye on what it looks like frozen, and then when it's not frozen, it's easy to tell. But when it's frozen, it looks a lot more thick and creamy and pasty. But once it hits the hot noodles, it melts, and then it's more on the oily side like you like it. So I'm putting about 1.5 cups of basil. And then I would usually put the lemon in now. Sadly, I don't have it. The lemon does add a nice flavor to it. Well, I could use a little apple cider vinegar in place of the lemon. In fact, I may do that. And then spinach will be more around 3 cups or so. And I don't do it all at once. I'll do little by little and add as I go. I'm going to do a little apple cider vinegar instead of lemon, just to give it that little tangy thing that it's going to be missing without the lemon. And I would say a teaspoon's probably enough of that. You don't want it to taste like vinegar. Now, the noisy part. And you just puree it. Spatulas, just scrape the edges. The nutritional yeast gets a little stuck on the sides. said, it's really cold, so once the pasta hits it, I'm pretty sure it will melt. So it looks really pasty, but that's only because of the cold herbs and spinach leaves. So I'll show you what it looks like once it's in the pasta. So my pasta's done, and I usually get 2 big forks and put like a wad of the pesto on the bowl that I'm going to serve it on, and then just grab the pasta and put it on there so the heat starts to melt it, and then it makes it easier to toss throughout the pasta. I do 1 bowl at a time because my kids don't like the pesto, and it's just an easy dish to put something else on their pasta. I'll probably just drizzle some olive oil, a little salt, pepper, and oregano on their pasta, and they'll be happy. So for veggies, I'm just boiling them a little pot of peas to make sure they get some veggies, since they won't be having the pesto packed with the spinach and the nuts and everything. And they're actually eating cashews right now as their snack, so they're getting that too. But anyway, I do this and let it melt the oil and get it all runny, and then I'll toss it with the forks so that all of the noodles get coated with the sauce. It's so yummy. My husband actually, I called him like 20 minutes, 30 minutes ago, believe it or not. I hadn't started dinner at all. And I was like, what do you want for dinner? I feel so unmotivated to cook. He's like, that green stuff. I'm like, alright, I'm on it. It's funny how we get into slumps with food, right? I think it has to do with being the one preparing it. If you were always cooked, like if you go out to eat and someone's serving you, preparing the food for you, it's so easy to enjoy it. But when you're like in the kitchen, touching it, smelling it, you know, I enjoy it. But there are some days where I'd rather, you know, not be standing in the kitchen for 30 minutes cooking. And I think that it's that, you know, you get tired of food because you're always touching it. So there's the mixed angel hair with pesto, and then I baked 2 big fillets of salmon, and all I did was drizzle them with olive oil, salt, pepper, and a little bit of basil just to match the Italian flavors, and that's it. That's our very easy Friday night dinner, and the boys will have some fish, and then I'll mix their pasta with a little olive oil, salt, pepper, oregano, and then some peas, and so they'll have a very similar dish. But I hope you like it for an easy Friday night dinner, or just an easy dinner any day or any night that you're just not wanting to be in the kitchen forever. Have a good day.